Hi, I'm Mark Greenstein, Director of Ivy Bound. This is for counselors and it follows the IECA conference in DC in November of 17. What came up is a question about when you have a tutor who discerns the student has a learning difference that the parent doesn't know about. Do you want that tutor to disclose it? Well, anyone who knows me knows that for me, this is an easy call. Yes, disclose. A seasoned tutor has a perspective that nobody else in the school does, okay? Teachers don't have that much one-on-one interaction. Private counselors or a school counselor, either way, don't see a student for enough time to really discern a learning deficiency. But a tutor, that's part of the job. And even though they might not have set out to determine this, in the process of 6 to 10 hours of work with a student, it becomes fairly evident because this tutor has other students with similar backgrounds to compare against and can compare processing and how quickly somebody gets it. I think a parent deserves to know. So I've had an admonition come back at me. Other professional conferences saying, well, getting accommodations is for parents to decide. Well, yes, it is. But it should be with knowledge. And parents don't even recognize sometimes that there is a learning deficiency. If school teachers are reporting nothing, how is a parent to know? I mean, you've probably heard this from some parents. My daughter is smarter than I ever was. My son is more diligent at school than I ever was. So they don't have a basis to know that that young man could be better still if given the right learning accommodations. Now, one reason that people admonish, keep those dispositions to yourself. Don't let other parents know. That's not your job. It's because there's still a parental fear of stigma. To me, in the 21st century, there is no stigma. Folks, there are no flags on SAT scores. There's no asterisk on a transcript about students who got some extra time or a different accommodation. And look, in some suburban towns, 40% of kids have a learning difference that gets accommodations. There's no stigma, and thus there's no downside. Now look at the upside. The upside is getting the extra comfort. That often is the extra time. Extra time on tests is always desirable. There's no exception. For students who need it, the extra time could be the difference between getting an acceptable score for a college and getting denied. And even beside the acceptance part, the I am competing comfortably where I should be is a moral uplift that probably gets the student to do better in the first place and be more comfortable. So back to the wisdom of telling parents. Parents can do what they want with the info, but absent that info, they can do nothing. And they're relying on counselors for help. They're relying on me and my tutors for help. If they enlist us, they should get our wisdom. Look, that's probably why they came to us in the first place. They weren't getting those skills for test taking. They weren't getting that counseling from their high school. Ivy Bound is an agency for parents. It means that if a tutor's not comfortable telling the parent his finding, then I or one of my staffers here are the conduit. So we're good buffers in case a tutor feels like he would be indelicate about announcing this. So that's our experience. I hope it's convincing.